जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गिरिधारी श्री राधे जय राधा गिरिधारी श्री राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमय जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमय जय गौरानिताय श्री गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय श्री गौरानिताय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील गुरुदेव की जय नंदकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नंदकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय जय कृष्ण Hare Krishna everyone, please welcome to this morning session of Srimad Bhagavatam. So I would like to say my heartful thanks to Mataji and Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity to glorify the Lord. And please bless me so that I can deliver the correct message. Please correct me also if I do anything wrong. Hare Krishna. We'll start the session with Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit. I'm going to share the screen. Is it visible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna. So we are reading Srila Prabhupada Leela chapter 25. Our master did not finish our work. Page number 669. Brahmananda reported to Prabhupada about printing the Bhagavad Gita. The manuscript was ready, and they were considering the cost and where to print it. Even though they did not have enough money to publish the book themselves, they hadn't seriously attempted the arduous process of finding publisher. But Prabhupada pushed Brahmananda to do so. The only hope is that I have my books. Brahmananda also talked with Prabhupada about the $6,000 he had lost to Mr. Price. Prabhupada insisted that they prosecute the culprits. He sent Brahmananda to speak with various lawyers and also to tell Mr. Price and Mr. Taylor that His Excellency was back and would take them to court. Yet that they relented. Mr. Taylor refunded most of the 5,000 deposit and Mr. Price returned 750 of the 1,000 he had wheedled out of Brahmananda. The legal services had cost more than $1,000, so that was lost. But Prabhupada said that when dealing with the tiger, you can expect to get scratched. In a letter to Kirtanananda in Montreal, Prabhupada described the successful termination of the prize affair. You will be glad to know that I have been able, by grace of Krishna, to recover $4,227 out of the $5,000 gone in the belly of Sir Kanman fraud prize. There were signs that Prabhupada should be cautious about his health. He had gone through difficulty while appearing on the Alan Brooke TV show. Alan Brooke was known for sitting back, smoking a cigar, and saying outrageous, even insulting things to his guests. And if a guest became offended, Mr. Burke would provoke him all the more. It was a popular show. Before they went on the air, Mr. Burke had asked Prabhupada's permission to smoke a cigar, and Prabhupada had graciously consented. Mr. Burke had introduced his guest as a real Swami. When he had asked Prabhupada why he was against sex, Prabhupada had said he wasn't sex should be restricted to marriage for raising Krishna conscious children. But Mr. Burke had persisted, wanting to know what was wrong with the sex outside of marriage. The real purpose of human life, Sri Prabhupada had replied, was self-realization. When one's mind is pre- preoccupied with capturing new sex partners, keeping the mental peace necessary for self-realization becomes impossible. Mr. Burke had agreed. In fact, his manners had been the best ever, and at the end he had called Prabhupada a very charming gentleman. It was on his way home to the temple that Srila Prabhupada had said that TV lights had caused him so much pain in his head that at one point he had thought he would not be able to continue. Then, one day Rupanuga, sitting close to Prabhupada's dais during a lecture, noticed Prabhupada's hand shaking as he spoke. Kirtanananda had been there when months ago, the morning after they had made the record, Prabhupada had slept late and complained of his heart skipping and of not being able to move. If I ever get badly sick, Srila Prabhupada had told Kirtanananda, did not call a doctor. Don't take me a hospital. Just give me my beds and chant Hare Krishna. Swamiji's disciples were reluctant to restrain him. Kirtanananda had tried. At the Avalon, when Swamiji had been dancing and jumping and streaming with perspiration, Kirtanananda had insisted that the Kirtana stop. But the others had called him paranoid. Besides, Swamiji didn't like to be restrained, and who were they to restrain him? He was Krishna's empowered representative, able to surmount any difficulty. He was a pure devotee. He could do anything. He often described how a pure devotee is transcendental to material pangs. Swamiji had written a letter consoling a disciple's ailing grandmother. Mataji, can I stop here?
Mataji, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So now we are reading the words from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, the creation of fourth order, and chapter number 30, the activities of Prachetas, and verse number 45. So I'm going to share the screen. Are you able to see, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 30th chapter, verse number 45. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatogni Marutau Rajan. Amunusanmukhataurusa mahim nirvirudham kartum samvartakaivatye tatogni marutau rajan amunusanmukhataurusa mahim nirvirudham kartum samvartakaivatye ततोऽग्ने मारुतौ राजन् अमुञ्चन्मुखतोरुषा महिं निर्विरोधं कर्तुं संवर्तकाय जये. Krishna, please anybody wants to recite? Welcome.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Puji. Hare Krishna.
Tato Agni Maruto Rajan Amunchan Mukato Rusha Mahim Niruviruttam Kartam Samvartaka Ivataye. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I am also trying.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Tato Agni Maruto Rajan Amunchan Mukhato Rusha Mohim Nirviruddham Kartum Samvartaka Ivataye. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Tatogni maruto rajan amunchan mukhato rusha mohim nirvirudham kartum samvartaka ivatyaye. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Tatogni maruto rajan amunchan mukto rushaha mahim nirviruddham kartum samvartaka ivate.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Anybody would like to synonyms?
Okay, Mataji, may
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I?
Yes,
Oh.
Mataji, please.
Tataha, thereafter, Agni, fire, Maruto, and air, Rajan, O king, O Munchan, they emitted, Mukhato, from their mouths, Rusha, out of anger, Mohim, the earth, Nirvirudham, treeless, Kartum, to make, Samvartakaha, the fire of devastation, Eva, like, Ottaye, at the time of devastation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, anybody would like to translation purport?
Mataji.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead, Prabhu. No problem.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear king, at the time of devastation, Lord Shiva emits fire and air from his mouth out of anger to make the surface of earth completely treeless. The Prachetas also emitted fire and air from their mouth. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Purport?
May I, Mataji, please?
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Peppered by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In these ways, Vidhur is addressed as Rajan, which means O king. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur comments that a Dheer never becomes angry because he is always situated in devotional service. Advanced devotees can control their senses. Therefore, devotee can be addressed as Rajan. A king controls and rules in various ways among citizens. Similarly, one who can control his senses is the king of his senses. He is a Swami or Goswami. The Swamis and Goswamis are therefore sometimes addressed as Maharaj or King. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for reading this. And I'll stop the sharing. Thank you. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudev Ashtaprayasu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhavati Uttamashloke Bhakti Navati Naishtike Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Krupatamaham Mande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Chandreswaram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha Kalpatarubhya Krupa Sindhubhya पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. So we are reading the verse from 30th chapter 45th verse. So if you go just behind the scene, we have been discussing about the activities of Prachetas. When Prachina Barhi, their father asked them to marry, so they rejected the proposal and they asked permission to go to forest and do the meditation. They have taken this decision to purify themselves, to purify the existence, and also to take permission from the authority, and also to know about more religious principles. So at that time, they have taken permission from the father. They went to forest and they took very severe austerity, and they underwent the austerity under the water for 10,000 years, not even for 1 year or 2 years, 10,000 years. They did very severely. By his causeless mercy, Lord Shiva appeared before them, and they got instruction from him. Lord Shiva explained how to please the Lord, what are the methods, what is the process to meditate on Lord. So he told them in the form of Rudra Gita. So he gave the instructions, prayers to Prachetas to please the Lord. They exactly followed what Lord Shiva said for 10,000 years under water, and they pleased the Lord. When Lord pleased by their austerity, he appeared before them and he granted some benedictions. First of all, the Lord was so pleased with the austerity of Prachetas, and he was pleased with their unity. So all together, they are under the 100 sons of Prachina Barhi. They are in a unity and they kept common goal. What is the common goal? It is pleasing the Lord. They have a unity and they have a common goal, and also they followed the instruction of their father. So Lord was pleased by all these qualities of Prachetas, and he appeared before them. He did some benedictions to them. So he had awarded some benedictions like, you will get the son no inferior than Brahma. That is one benediction. And also Lord said, whoever recite this Rudra Gita every day, they will be free from material desires, and also they get intelligence. Not only that, he also awarded Prachetas that you will rule this world for 1,000,000 celestial years. And you will get all the material benefits, not only in this material world and also heavenly planets. So he awarded 3 benedictions and he was so pleased. Here we can see Lord appeared and disappeared in front of the preachers after giving the benedictions. Even though Lord wants to take the association of his devotees, he leaves the site. It indicates his renunciation, one of the 6 qualities of Lord. So at the same time, even if you see, when Krishna, he left Vrindavan for going Dwaraka, so he left the devotees, all the Brajavasis, they want to take association of Krishna for long time, but he left them. So it shows his renunciation quality. We can understand here. Here also he left the Prachetas after awarding the boon. It shows his renunciation. And Prachetas, after getting this benediction, they did prayers, so many prayers to Lord to please. So one of the prayers, in if you see in 32 words, they said, you already appeared in front of them. You gave your association. What else benediction we need? And they gave the analogy also. When the bee in the celestial plant, Parijata tree, it gets lots of nectar. That bee doesn't need to go another plants for the nectar. It is getting nectar from that Parijata plant. So much nectar. The same way, devotees, we have taken darshan of the Lord, we have taken the association of Lord. They no need to go anywhere else. That will be enough. That means their austerities completed. Lord was pleased with their austerities. So they have already taken the shelter of the Lord. Lord has given the darshan. Lord has given association to them. So in the same way, Prachetas, they are so happy by the presence of Lord. They said, what else benediction we want? This is the highest benediction. So having your association, and also they requested Lord, so want to be engaging in the devotional service forever, and also taking the association of the devotees. So when they come out of the water, they saw the situation of the entire land. The entire land was filled with big trees, tall trees. The trees were grown so tall. They are covering the upper layer of the earthly planet. And it is disturbing, it's destructing the way to the heavenly planets. So by this we can understand those days. So people, the easily they are traveling from higher planets to lower to higher planets. So Prachetas were thinking it is disturbing, it is causing the district to go to the heavenly planet. And also the other reason they were thinking, the land is barren, so there are no crops. Actually, we are living on the farming. We need farming. We need crops. We need grains to eat. That is for our that is essential for our survival. So Prachetas really got angry. Here their anger is compared with the Lord Shiva when he get. So Lord Shiva is personification of mode of ignorance. That ignorance is the anger means it is in mode of ignorance. So he has his duty to annihilate the creation. So that's where he get very angry. And he when he get the angry, so lots of fire emanates from his head, and is from air also emanates, the hot air emanates from his head. In the same way, here also Prachetas, they got severe anger by seeing the situation, because his father already left by the instruction of Nardamani. He left the kingdom and he went to forest for higher realization, to do the meditation. That time no king were there. So nobody was there taking care of the kingdom. Nobody was to rule the kingdom. So even trees are going. So tall. So nothing is controllable. So Prachetas really got angry. So here we can see when one time Prabhupada in the morning walk, he asked to his disciples, devotees, so what is the essential thing to grow our mission? What is the important thing to grow our mission? So different disciples, they answered differently. They are saying that, so we need association, we need unity, we need to chant, we need books, so many answers. But Prabhupada said, we need organization. So in a systematic way, we need intelligence. Then automatically everything will be under control. Here also we can see Prachetas, they see there is no organization. Everything was here and there, shattered. So nobody was there to take care. And also we get we wondered, they are devotees. Just now they finished their austerity, they got the benediction from the Lord. Why they are getting angry? So, in these words, with my limited intelligence, I got 4 points, four realizations. So, those are why Vidura is addressed as Rajan. That is one point to discuss. And the other one, why Prachetas are getting angry. So by saying, by just now they finished their austerity and they got the benediction from the Lord. And as soon as they came out of the water, they got really angry. Why is it so? And also we discuss various examples from scriptures, how the exalted personalities, they control their anger, they control their senses, and what is the remedy for that, how to control the senses, we'll discuss. So these are the 4 topics for today's discussion. And we start with why Prachetas getting angry. Because Lord, he ordered Prachetas rule the country, take over the kingdom and rule the country and take care of the citizens, because your father is not there. So nobody is to take care of kingdom. You go and take care of citizens. So they want to execute the order of the Lord. So austerities, they perform in 2 ways. Austerities for pleasing the Lord, austerities for sense enjoyment. Here, Prachetas, we can see they performed austerities to please the Lord. So eventually they become Tyagi, so detached, and also they become yogi. So according to scriptures, Srila Prabhupada many times explained what is yogi. Yogi means whoever engages senses in the service of Lord according to Lord's plan. That is yogi. So yogi pleases the Lord by his austerities. And bhogi means who does the who does austerity to please their senses. So if you compare the Prachetas and the demons like Ravana and Hiranyakaspu, they also did severe austerities. As soon as they finish their austerity, they came out from the meditation, and when they come to the kingdom, immediately they get angry. Why? So they want to attack heavenly planets. So they are angry on Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. So they used that austerity power, the whatever power, the energy they got from the austerity, they use it for the destruction in a wrong way. But here Prachetas, if you see, they used that power to execute the mission of the Lord. So he ordered Prachetas to rule the kingdom in a nice manner. In order to execute that, if you see the situation, it is entirely different. So they got so furious. That is the day. If you see the Hanuman also, he got very angry when he saw the mother Sita was captured by Ravana, and he was enjoying in the Lanka, so he couldn't control. So immediately he burned the Swarna Lanka. So to please the Lord, even the Arjuna also got the angry to please the Lord. So he showed his anger to please the Lord. So in that way, we can we can divert our anger in the mission of Srila Prabhupada, in the mission of our spiritual masters, in the mission of Krishna. So we can divert it. And the one more point we can discuss here is why Vidura is called as addressed as a Rajan. So king, actually there are two types of kings we can see. One king, so he is a Kshatriya, he takes over the kingdom, he rules, take care of citizens and take care of their necessities, what they want, and welfare of the society, welfare of the kingdom, whatever they want. So ruling over nicely, that is one type of king. So he is also called Maharaj, king, Rajan. So they are like a Rajarshis. There are so many Rajarshis we can come across in the scriptures like Yudhishthir and also Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. So these are all Rajan. So they addressed as Rajan, they rule over the country. Rajarshis means they not only rule over the country, they also rule over their inner citizens, not only outer citizens. What are the inner citizens? Anybody wants to share? What is the meaning of inner citizens?
Our senses, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Our senses, our anarthas, inside anarthas. Thank you, Mataji. So, king is not only taking care of outer citizens, so he has to take care of inner citizens also. Inner citizens means five senses and mind, anarthas, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So, six anarthas. So, that's why he is called as a Goswami. In Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned what is the definition of Goswami. Goswami means controller, master of the senses. So instead of becoming Goswami, the people are becoming Godas. They are controlled by senses. So Goswamis means actually they are the masters. They are controlling the senses. So kings, the Kshatriya, the kings, whoever control their senses, inner senses, they are also addressed as Rajan. They are also addressed as Maharaja. If you see in ISKCON, all gurus are addressed as Maharaja, Maharaj Khan. So why they are called Maharaj? They already control their senses. They are Goswamis. That's why they are addressed as Rajan. Here also, who is addressing Vidura as a Rajan? Who is speaking this verse?
Maitreya Muni.
Maitreya Muni. Thank you, Prabhuji. So Maitreya Muni, he knows how Vidura controlled his senses by his previous actions. We will come to discuss that part in a minute. So he is also Rajan. He controlled his senses. That's why Maitreya Muni addressed Vidura as a Rajan. Rajan means not only is necessity to sit on the throne to rule the control. So whoever controls their inner citizens like anarthas, like senses, they are all Rajans, Maharajas. They are also called Maharajas. And if you see the Prachetas, they are controlling they are using the anger for the right purpose, for ruling the country. And if you see in the scriptures, there are so many exalted personalities, they control the anger, they control the senses. And in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, so I am going to share that. Are you able to see, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. 16.21. Anybody wants to read? Sloka and translation.
Vividam narakashyedam daram nasanam atmanam kamo krodos tatha lobos tasmat etatrayam tajet. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Translation. There are three gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give up these up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. So here it is saying that there are three things. By that you get degradation. They are leading to the gateways of the hell. What are they? Lust, anger, and greed. Trividam narakasyedam dwaram najan atmanaha. So these three, if you want to become pure devotee, if you want to be like a with right consciousness, you have to control. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna. So these are the three gateways to control. So these they lead to you the naraka, hell. So it is very important to control them. And in the same way, three, the anger, lust, and greed. Here we can see some personalities, how they control these things. If you see in the scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is started with the story of Narada Muni. So when Narada Muni, he was the son of maid servant. She was serving Bhakti Vedantis. So they were having discourses on Srimad Bhagavatam, and they were discussing the glories of the Lord every day. So she used to serve there. And she was hearing all these. At the same time, the Narada Muni also with her, he used to come and he used to hear all these discourses, glories of the Lord. And also he got the chance to eat the remnants of Bhakti Vedantis. So that time what happened, so he is getting the devotional instructions and the devotional points from the Bhakti Vedantis. And after some time, he is enjoying. So he's developing the taste for the Lord. He started devotional service. He's developing the mood to serve the Lord. That time, reverses came. So what happened? Her mother died of snake bite. So that time he didn't regret. He didn't sit at one place and he was crying for mother. Nobody was there. I am alone. So he was completely dependent on mother. Nobody was there. That time he didn't cry. He didn't cry for the reversals. Suppose the same thing happened to some youth in present situation, what they do, immediately they take up the drugs, they get used to other bad habits, and they become very havoc for the society. They come up with so many bad habits because of frustration. So if you see the Narada Muni, he was a 5-year-old boy. He controlled all his sufferings, he controlled his pains, he controlled his senses, and he diverted the senses in the service of the Lord. Immediately he decided to go to forest to meditate on the Lord. He didn't cry for that situation. He didn't cry for the reverse, what happened in his life. So completely controlled his senses, and he diverted that the suffering, that pain, to please the Lord. So he took the opportunity that suffering is the mercy of the Lord. So he continued to be in the devotional path, whatever he learned from the Bhakti Vedantis. So that is a great example. So we should not regret when the suffering comes. So we have to learn we have to practice how to control our suffering, how to control our pains, how to control our senses. And also there is one more example, that is in the same Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, Vidura, the great personality Vidura. So that's the Vidura, he is actually brother of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. He is not he is not born from the queens. He born from the maid servant. Even though he is not like a kshatriya, but he is very intelligent. He is very study man in the devotional service. He is a well-wisher of Dhritarashtra. So always instruct Dhritarashtra. So so he was directing, he was guiding Dhritarashtra. This is not right. This is not. It's not good thing to do. This is the right. Always instructing Dhritarashtra, and he is telling what to do also. So at one point of time, so he was discussing with Dhritarashtra. All these are happening because they are uh, announced about the war also. So he was very upset with all these situations. He went to Dhritarashtra, he was chastising Dhritarashtra. This is all because of your negligence and you didn't control your son, Duryodhana. If he goes away from the home, everything will be settled. It's all because of Duryodhana. He was chastising Dhritarashtra. Why you are not taking care of him? So that time, Duryodhana, he heard about it, what he's talking. So he got angry and asked Vidura to go out of from the home, Hastinapura. So he asked Vidura to get lost from the home. So that time, Vidura as a devotee, he controlled his senses. He didn't get any offense. And immediately he turned the same anger, same pain, suffering towards the Lord. He took the opportunity. This is the mercy of the Lord. It is the boon of Lord. He took the opportunity to travel to the pilgrimage places to take darshan of the Lord. So how he controlled, even though the Duryodhana asked him to get out of the kingdom, so it was his home. So Duryodhana has no right to do that, but still he was doing. He didn't take any revenge on Duryodhana. He controlled, as a devotee, he controlled his senses and he took opportunity and left the kingdom and he started go to the pilgrimage, take the darshan of the Lord. So that's why here we can see Maitreya Muni was addressing Vidura as a Rajan. Why? Because he is actually is not a Kshatriya, is not ruling, but he was ruling his inner citizens. He was controlling his senses, controlling his anger, especially he didn't reverse back to Duryodhana. He was controlling his anger. So that's why he was called as a Rajan, Maharaja. And if you see the Parikshit Maharaj, one more incident from the same first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj, he was a great king. He was ruling entire earth. It was so he did insignificant mistake. He was thirsty. He was asking water. That time that Muni, that sage was on meditation. He didn't hear what Parikshit Maharaj was asking. So he was in meditation, deep meditation. He didn't see his arrival. He didn't respect him. He didn't welcome him. So Parikshit Maharaj, he got bewildered and he got upset with the situation. He put the dead snake around the sage. But sage was in deep meditation. He didn't know what is happening. His son, he cursed Parikshit Maharaj. You will be die in 7 days by the bite of Takshaka. So immediately, what was the response of Parikshit Maharaj? He didn't oppose. Why you are cursing me? What I did? So you didn't give water, that's why I did. So no need to justify also. So immediately what he did, accepted curse. He accepted for him, for his family, for his entire kingdom. So he knows that he did something wrong. Shouldn't we do that? He's a Brahmana. How I can insult Brahmana? It is actual punishment for me. He accepted that curse as a boon of the Lord. He took the opportunity. He controlled his anger and took the opportunity to read the higher self-realization. That means how I can take this chance or uplift myself for the self-realization. Took the opportunity. Afterwards, Sukadeva Goswami arrived. He had the Bhagavatam from the lotus mouth of Sri Sukadeva Goswami, and he got liberated. So here we can see how he was controlling anger without any reverse, taking any reverse on a Brahmana boy, accepted. So he knows this was a Lord's plan. So I did mistake, I have to get it back. I have to take the punishment. It's punishment for me. And also there is one more example, Dhruva Maharaj. When you see in the 4th canto, Dhruva Maharaj, he was so angry with the Kubera Aksharas. So because his elder son was attacked by Aksharas, he was so angry. That time he was fighting with Aksha. So he couldn't control his anger. He was fighting with them. That time his forefather, Manu also came, Brahma also came. They pacified as a devotee because, so by that time he already got benedictions from the Lord and he's practicing the devotion. So that time they pacified to Dhruva Maharaj. So this is not suitable for you as a devotee. So it's necessary to control anger. So that is why controlling anger is very important. Even Srila Rupa Goswami in Next of Devotion, the first verse, it says, Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam, jihva vegam udara pasta vegam, etan vegan to vishesha dhiraha, sarvam apima pridvincha seshes. That means whoever control these 6 urges, they are able to make disciples all over the world. They are dhira. They're dhira. Dhira means sober persons. Goswamis, whoever control the anger. So by these examples we can understand. So we have to control these angers, these senses, and divert them in the service of Lord. So all these personalities, what they did, they didn't take any revenge, and others, they took it as an opportunity to go towards the Lord, to take the devotional path. And they did, and they succeeded at the end also. And Srila Rupa Goswami, in the same verse, he was explaining that how to control the speech. The speech. So he is not asking us to stop speech, but talk positively. So like he was giving the example, analogy, the toad, the frog, it croaks unnecessarily during the rainy season. That means it is inviting death. And who comes? Snake comes and eat. It is inviting his own death. You are using your energy for unnecessarily mundane talking. So you talk, but talk about glories of the Lord. So what is the benefit for you? What is auspicious for you? What is pleasing for you? What is truthful? So if you see these principles, then you can talk. Don't talk unnecessarily and waste your time. And the same way, the mind. So don't fill the mind with artificial vacuum. Fill the mind with positiveness. Positive thinking should be there. So think about the Lord. Remember about the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj always remembering the Lord. So whatever situation comes, he was not forgetting the Lord, always thinking about the Lord. So he was saved by Lord. So mind should be occupied with positive energies. That means with the Lord's names, pastimes, qualities, and the Nama Rupa Guna Leelas. That's how mind should be controlled. And anger. So just now we are discussing the same part, how anger should be controlled. Anger, there is a value for anger. You should get anger for right purpose. You show your anger for the right purpose. In this context also, we are seeing the Pratyatas, you are using this anger for the right purpose. Just like Lord Shiva, So he has to use his anger for the devastation. It is his responsibility. It is his duty. So Prachetas is also ordered by Lord to rule the kingdom. So it's one of the part of his their ruling. They have to execute the Lord's order. So Hanuman also to please the Lord, Arjuna also to please the Lord. They are utilizing the anger in the right way. Acho vegam manasa krodha. Jihva. So Jihva has two functions: speaking and also eating, tasting. So how we can control the tongue? By eating prasadam and also by speaking about the glories of the Lord. So Udara, belly is controlled by taking only prasadam. So Rupa Goswami is giving the ways how to control the senses very beautifully. So yesterday there is Holiness Devamrita Maharaj also explaining the duties of personalities. As a Brahmana, the beautiful duty of the Brahmana to be humble, the beautiful duty of Kshatriya, so to rule over. And the anger is easily comes for the Kshatriyas while they are ruling. That is the beauty. So when the animals are coming attacking villages, they have to go and fight. They go for the hunt and they kill animals. That's where they show their anger. The anger is necessary for the king, for ruling, for taking care of the kingdom. In the same way, the beauty of the Vaisyas, the duty is farming and cow protection. So everybody, all the personalities, even you take anyone, mother, father, everybody has their duties. If they perform their duties towards reaching the goal, to reaching the Lord, they are in the right situation. And also, Rupa Goswami was mentioning Udara Apasta. Udara Apasta means genitals. Use the genitals for begetting Krishna conscious children, not for the sense enjoyment. If you are controlling the senses in a proper way for the right purpose, then you are called Dhira. You are Sthita Dhira. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, there are a series of slokas from 58. Just want to share. We'll read few verses. So we go through the translations. In text number 58 of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Krishna is saying that one who is able to withdraw his senses from sense object, as the tortoise draws his limbs within the shell, he is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness. That means we have to, whenever there is a necessity, we have to take our senses. So like that, when there is a class on Bhagavatam, so class on the glories of the Lord, so open your ears, not for mundane things. In the same way, the senses, that tongue, the prasadam, you taste it, not for the mundane food items. So when it is necessary, open the senses, just like a tortoise. That means whenever you are using the senses in the service of Lord, that means you are firmly situated in the consciousness. And also very important verse 59, Visaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinam rasavarjam rasopyasya param drusva nivartate. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing the higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. So sometimes we may take vows. I don't want to see TV. I don't want to eat coffee, drink coffee, something like that. They take some vows. But the sense objects are still wanting to do that. So in the inside, The senses are saying that want to watch the TV, want to drink the coffee. So as long as you are not controlling the sense object, the senses are still, it make you to do the things. So how we control it? By diverting towards higher taste. If you are experiencing higher taste, automatically the lower propensities, lower bad habits will go away. So if you are engaging the devotional service, all your senses are engaged in the service, and all our lower propensities, the bad habits will go away. No need to endeavor for them separately. I have to do this, I have to quit this, so I want to stop this. No need to do the lots of endeavors. Just fix in the devotional service. Automatically all senses will be controlled. So that means you are getting the higher taste. Next, 60th one. The senses are so strong and impetuous, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind even of a man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control them. So if you see the great sage Swamitra, Durvasa, they are great sages. Still, they couldn't control their senses. They are becoming victim of these senses. 61. Tani sarvani yukta asita matparaha. Vasehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtitaha. One who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence. Krishna is saying this to Arjuna. So whoever control the senses, fix that mind, that use that senses in service of me, they are in steady intelligence, Tita Prajnas. And the very important verses 62 and 63. Jayato Vishyan Pumsa Sangaste Supajayate Sanga Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment lust develops, and from lust anger arises. So the desire, the lust is the root cause for all things. If that lust is not fulfilled, you get frustration, you want more, you get attached to that person. I want more, at any cost I want to buy it, I want to do it. So that attachment leads you to the anger. In that, if you don't get, if that desire is not fulfilled, get frustration, out of frustration get anger. So what are the consequences of anger? Here explained in the 63 verse. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibramaha, smriti vibramahat buddhinasa pranashyati. Krishna is saying that if you are getting angry, so what is the consequence? How it leads? Where it leads? From anger, complete delusion arises. So you are in a position to not discriminate anything, what is good, what is bad. So with that, without discrimination, you do lots of sinful actions, complete delusion. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory, you lost memory. What you are doing, what I am supposed to do, where I am, they lived the delusion. So if you see the case of Ajamila, so he was a great Brahmana. He was doing all the religious principle exactly. So his mind was bewildered, and he lost the memory, what he was supposed to do. And he was after wretched all the time. So like that, we forget actual duty. What is our Swarupa? What is real identity? We forget. And we get used to do the mundane things. Because of that bewilderment, we start enjoying things. We are in the illusion. Because of that bewilderment, we'll be in the illusion. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material form. That is the stepping stone for the degradation. That's why Lord is saying that. So it is very important to curb these senses, and also lust, anger, and greed. We have to control these. So whoever controls this, they become dhira, they become sthita prajna. So Lord is saying again and again, control the senses and fix your mind upon me. And Srila Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion also says, Sarvopadi Vinirmukta Tatparattena Nirmalam Ushikena Ushikesa Sevanam Bhakti Uttamam. So you will be free from material attachments, material designations. Sarvopadi Vinirmukta Tatparattena Nirmalam. Immediately you get purified. When Rishikena Rishikesa, when you engage your senses in the service of Lord, who is the master of senses, Rishikesa. If you use your senses in the service of master of senses, then you will be purified and you will be free from material designation. That bhakti, that engagement is called pure bhakti. Then you are situated in the right situation. And also he is saying that Ata Sri Krishna Namadi, Na Bhaved Jnanam Indriyai, Sevonmukhe Jiva He, Swayam Eva Spurati Aha. So you cannot understand the qualities of the Lord, name, quality, pastimes, we cannot understand. So as long as we are with material designations, how we can understand? Start engaging these senses. For example, is given the jihvad, Sevanmukai jihvado. So start giving the prasadam to the tongue and start talking about the Lord. Automatically, all your senses will be purified. So automatically, Swayam Spuratiyaha, Swayamyeva, so automatically it reveals. So Lord gives that intelligence, how to come out of that danger. So we cannot, if you endeavor too much, how to understand Krishna, how to understand his pastimes, glories, no. So if you start engaging senses, so from that point, takshanat, immediately your senses will be purified. That is the remedy only, how to control our senses. These great personalities, whatever we have discussed now, so like Parikshit Maharaj, Vidura, Dhruva Maharaj, and Narada Muni, they controlled their senses and they took the opportunity to serve the Lord, engage the senses in the service of the Lord. That's how they got liberated. In the same way, so as Rupa Goswami mentioned in these two verses, if you engage in these senses in the service of Lord, automatically we will be purified. Our mind get purified. All our senses will be purified. And we will be free from material entanglement. Then we can understand the Lord's name, fame, pastimes, qualities, and all these. And I'll end this session with a small incident of how to control the lust. One time, Arjuna was invited by Indra, and he arranged dance show by the heavenly damsels like Ramba, Urvasi, all these. So he was enjoying. The Urvasi was dancing. So Lord, he was enjoying the dance of Urvasi. Arjuna he was appreciating how she was dancing. She is doing so nicely, features are nicely, facial expressions. So he was appreciating the Urvasi dance. At that time, Indra thought maybe he got some lust to enjoy Urvasi. So immediately what he did, he sent Urvasi. When he went back to kingdom, he was sitting alone in his chamber and Urvasi came in front of him. So Lord Indra sent me to make you happy, to please you. So Arjuna, he was bewildered. So I was not in that thought actually. I was appreciating you. So your dance, because your performance it was so nice. I was not in that mood. So Indra was my father. That means you are helping Indra. That means you are in my mother position. Please accept my obeisances. So he rejected simply. So he rejected. He controlled that sense, that lust. And Urvasi got disappointed. I came to please you. You are rejecting me. So she cursed Arjuna, become Napunsaka. So he accepted that curse. as a boon. He didn't reverse on Urvasi. Why you are cursing me? He didn't. He accepted the curse. And that curse was used in the next episodes when he was in Virat Raj assembly. That curse was used. He was teaching the dance for queen and his daughter Uttara also. So that's how the devotees, they control lust, they control anger, they control greed, everything, and they put that senses in the service of Lord. They accept simply what is happening. They are not, they don't try to reverse. That's how Arjuna was controlling the lust. In the same way, if you see the who is that Haridas Thakur, he was also controlling the senses. Not only he was controlling the lust, he made that prostitute into great devotee. So if you see the Bhakta Tukaram also same. So he was, when the prostitute was sent by somebody else to him, he saw in that prostitute, so he told that, I was seeing Mother Rukmini in you. He did obeisances to her. So these are the great personalities. We have to learn how to control these situations, how to overcome these situations by completely observing, giving your mind, dedicating in your mind in the service of Lord. If you are engaging yourself in the service of Lord, automatically all these propensities will be controlled. Sorry, I took 5 minutes late. I would like to conclude here. If you want to add anything else, you are more than welcome. Thank you for the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Hare
Such
Krishna.
an excellent and beautiful explanation of this text 45, how we need to show our anger in the service of the Lord, how it can be modified and erased in the service of the Lord, with the examples right from Narad Muni, and then Ambarish Maharaj, then your Hanuman, Prithu Maharaj. This all example shows us anger is a common factor in all human beings. But how to control the anger and divert in the right consciousness is the ability of the person or the living being. So these are the lessons from our Shastra. Everybody has got that anger, especially allergy, which is the source of getting into the hell, we see from the text in Bhagavad Gita. But to utilize those allergy in the right consciousness is the notion of the pure devotee. And we can see from the examples, all everybody tells us the same. You have the anger, but to divert that anger in the right consciousness toward the right useful way is the mode of this devotee. So if we use that anger in the right consciousness and use it for the benefit or welfare of the citizens, then you become a real Rajan. And that example shows us how Bidur was advising Dhritarashtra. Even he was what should I say? He was insulted by Duryodhan
Duryodhana.
in such a way nobody can stand that time. But he used that anger in uh, in uh, in modifying Dhritarashtra's attitude that he should leave the empire and go for renunciation. However, he could understand at the later stage when everything is settled and everything is vanished and finished. So the lesson is everybody has the anger, but the right use of anger in the right place, and that comes through the devotional service to the Lord. When the anger is used for the service of the Lord, it becomes beneficial for all of us, for us, and for the benefit of the uh, people, prajas. So that what is actually text is showing us. The Prachetas were angry, but they used that anger for the benefit of the citizens. So that is the showcase for this text, telling us that right use of anger is the right consciousness in Krishna consciousness. If the consciousness is done properly by controlling the anger, it can lead us to the spiritual life, and which is the goal of every human being. And Srila Prabhupada has given the beautiful opportunity to use it in the right manner. We have given so much of examples right from the beginning that all the things tells us for the right use of anger, not to divert it in the opposite way. We can see from the example of Hiranyakashipu, the way austerity he did, and the austerity did by the Prachetas, 10 Prachetas for 10,000 years, is completely opposite one. So this example shows us to the right use of the anger in the right direction, and that will help us to get the benefit to achieve the goal of life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks for adding all these points. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll conclude the class, please. I think
Yes, ma'am.
nobody is there.
Vanchakalpatarvyasya kripa sindhuvaiva cha patitanam pavan
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
Vaishnavyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो
namo
नमो नमः
Anantakuti
अनंत
Vishnu
कृष्ण
Vrinda
वृंद
ki
की
jai.
जय
His
विश्वेश
Jai
सवित्री
Savitri Mataji ki jai.
की
Srila
जय
Prabhupada ki jai.
की
Guru
जय
Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
हरि हरि बोल
All bliss to the assembled devotees.